last night I went out to dinner. You were also at the restaurant. It was
right.
lovely to see you beforehand.
It was good to see you.
Yeah.
Except, I was wearing a lovely outfit. I had a blue blazer, a white shirt, and a khaki pants, and so were the waiters. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
So when I went to the toilet, someone asked me for their oysters. I was like, dude.
Because when I saw you, you look great in clothes. I saw your outfit. I go, man, Idris has got it figured out. And then I walked into the restaurant and realized, oh, Idris has a problem. Yeah. Idris is about to find out he has a problem. You were very nice as well. You asked about my mother, and I have
Hillary?
to tell yeah, my mom, Hillary.
How is she?
She's great. You met her a few years ago at a party in L.A.
Yep.
She was a huge fan of yours. You were very kind to her.
She told you about that?
She did tell me about that, yeah. She told my dad, too. She pretty much brings you up to my dad every day. His name is Larry. Since she met you, she calls him not Idris.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Larry, that's not nice. Sorry, Larry.
But here, I want you to know something, because she's a huge fan of yours, but there's an opening right now for you, because the top, you're not the top. The top is always for my mom, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Who?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
I'm just-
He's a wonderful actor.
Yeah, no, very
You
good.
should definitely look at his work.
Yeah.
But no, and now he's saying he might get out of the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, no.
Exactly.
That's...
But I'm just saying, if you keep up your high quality work, I feel like you could hit that new pinnacle for my mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Again? Just joking. No. No. This is awkward.
It's great. No, like 6 hours from now, when this airs, the roof of our home, my childhood home, is going to blow off.
Larry's like, who?
Why? Congratulations on this film. This is a series of 8 books, the Dark Tower books. This is the first one. Are you a fan of this sort of fantasy horror genre?
You know what? I'm a fan of Stephen King. I think he's an incredible author, right?
Yeah.
He's great. He's a little dark.
Yeah, he's a little dark. This one's particularly dark.
It's pretty dark. But The Shining, I was a fan of The Shining, because also Jack Nicholson. But I wanted to be in a blockbuster. I wanted to play a big hero in a film, and who better than Stephen King to be the author of that? So that's
And it was interesting. I read an article where Ron Howard, as a producer, said that when they were casting it, the character, Stephen King wrote the character to be sort of the biggest badass in the world.
Yeah.
And when they said who currently is the biggest badass, they said you came up right away. That's high praise.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, they they wanted. Thank you. Thanks. But no, they cast me because Stephen King actually wanted Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
And said, who looks like Clint Eastwood?
Right, yeah.
Blatantly me. So that's how that worked out.
Yeah, that worked out great. And I should point out, wasn't in the clip, but the villain in this film, the wonderful Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
That's up. I feel like that's a good. You guys are a good yin and yang.
No, Matthew's great, and he's really good in the film. He's very different. He's a very, stoic, evil guy.
Yeah.
In real life. And then, no, just joking, Matt. No, in the film, he's really good. He's great.
That's great. And did you, was this as one of those action films where you have to do a lot of training and a lot of figuring out how to play the part?
Yeah, because we wanted, the film's quite grounded. The Dark Tower is quite grounded.
Oh, it looked like a normal, everyday thing, yeah.
Really. But no, the director, Nick Arcel, wanted us to at least the gunslinging, all the shooting and stuff. 6 shooting is a sport, reloading and shooting on target. So that's where I started my training, and we wanted to make that look as real as possible.
That's great. Did you get to be okay at it?
No, I'm great at it.
Oh, okay.
No,
you didn't have to jump all the way to grave.
No, but I had an amazing time making that film. We shot it in South Africa, which has some of the most beautiful landscapes in the world, in the Eastern Cape. And then we shot in LA as well.
And this is very exciting. We were talking last night. You directed your first film.
Yeah.
And so this is based on a book called Yardie from the 80s? Is that when it was written?
Yeah, so it's a novel from the 80s which follows a young Jamaican boy that ends up in London and, becomes a gangster, and he's not really a gangster. And I chose that film because, England has a big Jamaican community. I'm West African, but the Jamaican community sort of is the overriding influential black community. So I felt very connected to the story, and I wanted to see it happen, and I loved it. It's probably the best experience as a filmmaker, as an actor, to direct a film, because, you're talking to every single department about so many different levels. It was wicked. It was great.
Did you, as a director, did you then look back and say, oh, Idris, the actor, had been unfair to directors ever?
Completely.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously. And the worst people I hated on my set was actors.
Yeah.
Divas.
Divas.
What? Get hair on top. What, you don't know your lines? Get out of here. No, but I had a great time being able to speak the language of acting, but not be on camera.
That's really exciting. And now we've also talked about in this past. You're also a DJ.
Yep.
Because you have to be good at everything and make the rest of us feel bad.
That's
and oh, you're a six-shooter and a DJ and my mom's favorite person. No, it's great. But you what?
Kind of like your stepdad.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Dad. I shouldn't have brought it up. God, it would be awesome, though. I would love, just like, I mean, I wouldn't be a lot, just like one weekend a month.
Okay.
Yeah. But you've done some soundtracks of films before.
Yeah, I did. So for Luther, my TV show,
Yeah.
I made a soundtrack for that. And basically what I do is take, the themes of the show and, work with musicians and make original songs. I did one for Luther, did one for Mandela, and I'm going to do one for Yardie as well.